Yeah.
What the hell's happened? I don't know. Are we streaming?
We are live.
Are we live?
We're live.
All right.
Are we on the
Hello.
internet?
We're
Yes,
live
we
on
are
the internet. Welcome to your best imaginary friends, a channel dedicated to us playing games. And today we are playing D&D 5e. This is our main campaign, which we took a slight hiatus from. So two of the slackers could get married. Me and Anthony, of course.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Woo.
But now it's over, so it's done, and we don't have to take
Now
more
you're
time
just told married people.
yeah, I'm glad we did it so quickly because now it's over and we don't have to do any more shit. I'm romantic. Anyway, and yeah, so we are currently in our main campaign, which is actually Horde of the Dragon Queen. You guys are in Baldur's Gate. You're waiting for a lot of shit has gone down. Thorilli is currently being tempted by a mysterious sister force to Tymora, and has found that Tymora is no longer speaking with him, while the other, who I cannot remember her name right now, Bishaba.
Bishaba,
yeah. Bishaba is promising him more power. Zag and Haley, you guys are kind of on for the ride right now.
Yeah.
Rona is finding secrets about her grandfather and is now possibly believing that he may have had something to do with the death of a innocent young woman back in Thorilli's, actually related to Thorilli's past. And Dandy has met up with a old friend, old family, named Uncle Gino, who has asked him to do one scam to get the family out of over the hump, feed everyone again, and get them back on their feet. And yeah, that's about where we are. I know you guys took the dagger to the Temple of Gond, and they gave you some information, but not a lot. They said that they would research it and send you information as they know it. And during that time, Dandy kind of disappeared. I believe he stayed in his room, and you haven't heard from him recently. But that's only been about a day, so.
Do we know about Dandy's one last grift, or did that happen sort of behind our backs? I don't remember.
I think you guys know something's going on, but he always talked to me about this stuff, like closed doors type thing.
Right. So you didn't announce to the party that, hey guys, we're all gonna do one last grift for Uncle Gino.
No,
okay.
I didn't say anything like that.
Okay.
Did this happen before the rat came and knocked on the door and gave us was trying to give us information about the dagger? We invited him in.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's where we left off. The Rat King.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think where we exactly left off.
So Thorilli and Zag went to go see Uncle Gino. Thorilli tried to zone of truth him. Gino saved. And then the cult was taking treasure up the Sword Coast. We needed to join a caravan and spy. But in the meantime, we went back to the inn in Halek's room and talking about strategy for infiltrating the cultists. And then the rat knocked on the door.
Okay. All right. So we're going to take a step back. We don't know what the rat has come to give you information on. And we're going to catch up with what Dandy's been doing.
Okay. So he's not. Was he in the room? And this is just like a retcon type. Not a retcon, but like a.
It's like a kind of happening simultaneously simultaneously while you guys went to go gather information. We're gonna like swipe over to what Dandy's up to with Uncle Gino. Because as Uncle Gino talked to Dandy, Dandy chose to kind of keep you guys out of it. And I think it might be interesting to see what happens.
Never split the party. I'm dead.
Yeah. So, let's see where we are. All right. So, last night, you guys, the night before, you noticed that Dandy was absent, and you kind
I
of
really missed him.
and kind of sticking to himself, and yeah, you guys have not seen him. And Uncle Gino takes Dandy aside, or you guys don't hear, and explains that he has a big, one last plan, a big hurrah, and after that he will never ask Dandy to do a bad thing again. It'll be all up and upstanding.
He's just gonna make me dinners and stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna visit him on the weekends and stuff. It's gonna be nice.
Yeah. And he's offering he told you that he wants to go straight anyway, but now he's really like promising you all sorts of things, and he slides over a little stack of parchment, and it's information on a very rich family in Baldur's Gate. He tells you that this is the heir to the Porter family, which is the ruling family of Baldur's Gate. And they're not just one of the richest people in Baldur's Gate, they're one of the richest families in the entire realm. They have they're like the Windsors, like they've just the amount of money that they have at their disposal is sickening. And the patriarch of this family has always been a good, fair ruler, but it seems that one of his sons has a bit of a womanizing and alcohol problem, and though for the most part it's been kept away from the spotlight, Uncle Gino thinks that he can cash in on this. And as you're looking through the parchment, you see, he has this wife named Gala, who this heir named Dornan has a wife who was a former sex worker turned trophy wife with 3 children, and he goes out on these huge big game hunts, and he has when he describes the mansion, he says there's giant heads of slain monsters that have kind of been like game, like a big game hunt, lining the walls of this extremely expensive mansion.
No problem. I'm just gonna go griff a legendary hunter.
He's not a hunter. He's more of a skilled people would go out and grab these monsters and beat them
so
until they have like.
He's the British guy in the safari.
Yeah.
All
He's
right.
like, yeah. He's like the rich doctor that pays $300,000 to kill like a lion, and he's not.
He doesn't have those beige shorts and that stupid hat. I will be so...
Yeah. You already know what he looks like before even like see.
Right. Okay, so
yeah,
information in hand, right?
And he tells you that he gives you like the identity that you came up with as Tad, and he wants you to bring Dandy too. And he's telling you, if you don't help Dandy too, I'm gonna send him in alone. And you're watching him. Dandy too, and he's kind of like practicing stealing, and he's like the whole coin pouch goes everywhere on one of the dwarves, and he's very, very unskilled from what you're watching.
I cannot allow this to happen. I say, Uncle Gino, he's not ready. I'll have to go in. I'll make sure that he's safe. But I will need a number 2, and I can think of no finer number 2 than Dandy number 2 over here. So I accept. I will grab Dandy 2, and
All right.
I'll start explaining to him. I'll say, I see that you're working on your stealing there, but I'll tell you what, those hands aren't important as what's up here. Right here, this is what's going to make you the big bucks, okay?
I had a disguise. I've heard of those.
Well, yes, this is going to be so much fun. We're going to have a great day. First, we got to do a little recon.
Okay.
So, here's what I'm going to do. We are going to do like a perimeter around there. We're going to go find where they live. I assume we have the address probably, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got, I'll take like half the day with Dandy 2, and I will show him how to watch people, how to take notes of number of people entering, shifts and people's, what they do on a daily basis. Giving him a long overview that a kid would not normally have. And then over the course of that, I will start explaining what I intend to do. So I'm going to say to Dandy 2, so I know this might be a bit confusing, but no longer is your name Dandy 2. I know you're going through quite a few names lately, but now you are going to go as my younger brother. Your name will be Will Gates.
Well, Gates, but I don't know. I feel like it.
Listen to me. Oh. I grab him by the shoulders. Live it. You need to live it. It's not just acting, it's living. You need to be the character. And I will I'll tell him that, he's younger. He's not super intelligent. I'm going to tell him to, really downplay his intelligence so that he doesn't have to put up with much.
Okay.
I'm going to be about a 9-year-old. My name's Tad. And I'll go into the character for a second and to entertain him for a second. And you're going to be my little brother. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to spend the night in that mansion. How we're getting in, you're just going to have to roll with me.
Okay.
Just, if anyone asks you, just say something dumb and then laugh. That usually works.
Okay. I'm Will. Will Gates.
You've got it. He's got it.
And the more you're talking to him, the more he seems to get it. You seem like as you're talking, he's starting to improve just by how much you're describing him, and he seems to really catch on to the deceit a lot faster than you thought he would.
Okay. Well, you're showing great signs. I can tell that you're making a fine understudy.
Well, Uncle Gino said you're the best teacher.
Well, I'm pretty good. Maybe not the best, but pretty good.
For a gnome.
Oh, gnomes can do anything.
Dwarves are better.
I think for a second about the dwarves in our party. And I just don't say anything. Yeah, it's bad. Okay. I will use my disguise kit. I guess I already have. Per my feature, I've got Tad on lock. I can always just slip into that one. I got the boyish wig and stuff and all that, and it all just looks super fantastic. I even have papers and information about him. I'm going to pull out my dagger, just a normal dagger that I have, and I'm going to give it to Dandy 2, and I'm going to say, cut me. cut me in my leg.
I don't know if that's a good idea. Okay. And he
Just a light
stabs
one.
you right in the leg.
Not that deep. Not that deep. Okay, this is good. So I'm visibly hurt, and I guess now the grift can begin. So I will come out from whatever alley we've been talking into. I obviously left all of like my armor or something in like a barrel or something that I found. You know, just a little safekeeping thing. It's likewise.
So you're going in without any harm. I'm just kidding.
I am going in. I'm a 9-year-old boy in studded leather. A short bow. So I will go up. I will note that my most stealthy weapon that I probably have is the broomstick, because it's just a little stick guy. So I'll stick that in my pockets, and I will go to the mansion.
All right. You head up there, and there are several entrances. There's a back entrance and a front entrance. Which do you choose?
Front entrance. Front. I'm not going to be. Yeah, of course. Front entrance, and I will knock, knock, knock.
All right. A maid opens the door, and as soon as the door opens, just this like beautiful scent, like when you're in a fancy hotel and it's like perfumed, just kind of wafts through your nose briefly, and then the woman looks down. Deliveries on the back door.
Oh no, ma'am. We're looking for the lady of the house. No deliveries from us. And I'm kind of clutching my leg. Can you get them? Whoever's the master of the house.
Are you hurt? You come in. She looks. She realizes that, like, as you're limping, she sees you as a child and hurries you into the room. Oh my god! Who did this to you? She calls over 3 servants that are suddenly out there with these with bandages and wrapping your leg tightly, and looking wide-eyed as this happens.
I just kind of wink to him, give him a little wink, and I go, "It was me dad. Well, he's not my dad anymore. Well, he never really was, but now he's dead. But yeah, he's a bit of a drunk. He gets angry and he throws things, and I got hit with he threw a plate at me and got me in the leg. But I'm all right.
My god.
He got his, don't worry.
Where is this man? We have to arrest him or make sure he's buried and never comes back, and weird things happen around here. What do we... And they're starting to freak out as you're saying all this. Like, we have to get him and arrest him, bring him back from the dead, then kill him again.
Well, you'd probably find him wherever you find other dead bodies. Like a morgue? A graveyard? He might be there. He got in the guards came to our house and they said he got in a bit of a tussle down at the bar. He got a wine bottle in his neck, and that was the end of him. We lost our mother maybe a year back.
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. She's very like seemingly into this story. She's like summoning people to come over and bring you meats and cheeses and bread, and we'll get you fed and then take you straight to the orphan's home. Don't worry.
No, you don't understand. I was told if anything were to ever happen that I was supposed to come here to see my father. And I kind of pull out like a sheet of paper that has some writing on it. What is his name? Dornan Porter.
Oh, you're one of those. And she kind of gets up and fastens your bandage and backs away from you.
Did I do something wrong?
I mean, you didn't, but it's not your fault. I'll go get uh I'll go get the lady of the house. And she turns around and disappears for a moment. And
Are there other servants around?
they were, and then as soon as you mentioned that, they all just look at you crossedly and walk away, more out of like disgust. Like you just announced that you're a bastard child and of their master, and they're not, and that you're not the first. It seems
They're sick of this. All right, I will pat the leg of Dandy to assure him it's all going how we planned. Don't worry.
And as you're sitting there, you do see like it's the fanciest place you've ever been. It has those huge monster heads, and you see like paint portraits of this this seemingly young man, but obviously painted to look younger, who in like a very fancy fantasy safari clothes with the like khaki hat and the
Stupid.
and these monsters that like look pretty worse for wear to begin with, and they're all his foot on top of a dragon head, and it's like a wormling, and
I roll my eyes. Do I see any monsters along the wall that I've encountered personally?
You see that there's a very like fascinating black dragon head, like of an adult, over the foyer, looking menacingly down, and you see some other animals that you haven't really encountered, but you've heard of. Like you see, what was the thing that you slept with you see like a drider, and some other things that are interesting, but yeah.
Okay, well, this is weird. I think I dated her once. All right, I will. I think that's all I can do.
Yeah, and after a few minutes, you see a very well-dressed woman walk in, and she has a child on her hip and two following her, and she's clearly not dressed nicely, but maybe not the best manners, as she approaches you and says, "You're accusing my husband of being your father. Show me proof."
Well, no, what do you mean? I don't have any proof. I just came here. Me and my brother we've been out on the street for about a day now. We were told to come seek out, and I pull out the paper again because I don't. Dornan Porter, and my mother always said that was my true father.
And your mother's name?
Lucy. She lived down in the slums.
She pulls out like a really long piece of parchment, and you see her like reading. About what year were you born, the two of you?
I kind of count on my fingers. Well, I'm 9, and Will here, he's about 7.
He waves. Okay.
I've seen him. He's come to the house a couple times. He'd bring these big sacks of I don't know. They looked quite heavy, and he'd give it over to my mother every once in a while, and that always helped us make our bills. She couldn't work. She had the doctors said what took her was something with her mind. It just went, and she just kept getting sicker. But the doctor said it was a venereal disease.
She looks a little white in the face. Roll a performance check for me.
Sure. Terrible at performance.
Oh.
Oh, that's a good roll though.
And she looks back at the sheet of parchment that she has. It's very long, and then she looks at you and Dandy too, and
Please, I'm hurt. Look at me. And they just barely got me patched up. This. Wait, hold on. I can't remember what I was gonna say. Never mind. I had it's all
go
gone
to
though.
well, you'll get the standard orphan package then, until my husband can come back and verify who you are, and that he's been to your home. He won't be back for a few days, but and she whistles, and the woman before appears again, and a little softened in her after hearing your story, but still like pretty annoyed that this keeps happening to her, and guides you back to the deepest room in the furthest hallway.
The guest house.
Yeah.
The pool house.
And it's a tiny room in comparison to the others, but it's basically like a suite. And she puts you in there.
As soon as I go in, I'm just, oh, Will, look at that, a bed! And we go over to the bed, start jumping on it, you know, child splendor and all that.
And they serve you some meager food, but they assure you that the lady of the house is not going to return and greet you, and that basically stay in the room until we call for you, is what she says. And oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that part of the grift that Uncle Gino wants you to pull is to get him in and open the back door at night so he can come and rob the place.
I figured I came in kind of like around like late evening because we spent a lot of the day kind of scouting it out. So, so I, as she's leaving, I go, Miss, Will here, he tends to have to, you know, go to the bathroom a couple times in the night. He's a bedwetter, this one. Is there a bathroom or something nearby? A outhouse? Hole in the ground?
Down the hall, and to the left, it's it may be unfamiliar to you, but it's a toilet. It's new technology. You'll be very impressed, and the water doesn't go to the ocean when you flush. You can't jump in there. It's not the place you bathe. It will administer baths later for your dirty faces. I mean, your faces.
That sounds wonderful. I wish her a good night. And I'm going to tuck Dandy 2 into bed, I guess.
And he nestles in the bed so quietly and falls into deep sleep as soon as you do. His little face with a smile, like this is the first time he's had a warm bed in a really long time.
That's so sad. Well, this is what it's for. Maybe once I get this done. Once I get this done, he'll have what he needs. He'll get a more comfortable lifestyle. Okay, so I am not going to go to bed. I'm going to kind of like open the door a crack, just a little bit, just a little peek into the hallway. And I'm going to sit there for like 3-4 hours until it gets like really dark, until it gets like to be like midnight. And any person that I see walking around through the halls, I'm just going to try and take a note of like what they're doing when they're going.
All right. Roll a perception check.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
So you easily are able to track the comings and goings of this household at night, and you feel pretty confident that you could escape pretty easily.
Yeah, they are really good. So, as soon as I see the next person come through the hallway, knowing their pattern, I'm going to go out for a glass of water and let's try and stealth and go and try and find the back door.
All right. Go ahead and roll for stealth.
Sure. Stealth. Oops. Oh, wow. These are really good. No complaints. This is when I need it, when I'm on my own.
And just so everyone knows, I know this is going to be pretty dandy heavy, but usually when I individually RP something with someone, the rest of you screw it up. So this is the way to work around it.
Nobody said anything.
I know.
No noise from anybody.
I just feel bad that I don't know.
I'm gonna power through this right now. I'm gonna go find that door. I'm gonna let them in.
Yeah, and you're able to kind of get there closely, and you kind of you have a signal worked out with Uncle Gino.
It's a little minor. It's a minor illusion I do. It's a little bird noise. It's like, and then that's it.
Yeah,
it's a morning bird, so they know something's up.
And he closes. Oh, go ahead.
Are there no birds in Baldur's Gate? Don't they like hate? So that's a weird one, but that'll make it even more distinct.
There are a few there are a few animals, but not a lot. Like it's more about the fact that it's like hard for animals to walk around in there. Yeah.
You don't see a lot of deer in New York City, right?
And Uncle Gino appears through the kitchen door when everyone else is asleep, and he starts going through the house, and you watch as he's putting the silver and the rich, like expensive looking pieces in a bag of holding, following you and looking around like, ooh, good. This is the good. This worked out.
I'll tell him as soon as I see him. I'll give him as much information about like the maids and their patterns and stuff as what he needs to know. Things. If I think he's like gonna run into one of them, I'll tell him, and I'm gonna tell him I need to. I don't know. I'm still using my Tad voice. I'm gonna go get. I'm gonna go get Sandy too, and we're gonna get out of here. We did our part, right?
You don't want to join me in the spoils, Dandy?
This was for you, and this was for the troop. It wasn't for me. I don't need a cut. I'm doing quite fine on my own.
I don't know. Your party looked like they could use something. Maybe some of this money would help. Buy
You're looking quite
a lot of
energetic
cool stuff
tonight.
He smiles
quite spry.
and it's the money. It's always gotten me out of bed.
There it is. It's a good. Yes, I like it too. That's why I'm so fond of adventuring. That adrenaline rush. It's so much. Well, I'm gonna go get him. We're talking too long. We need to be quiet. Keep your voice down. And I will go back to the room to retrieve Dandy too. All
right. So you stealth through the hallway, kind of. This wing is pretty empty, and they seem to trust you pretty well, considering there isn't really a lot of people coming and going. But as you approach your door and you go to open it, it seems like it's locked from the inside.
Locked? What? Knock, knock, knock. I go down to the bottom. Dandy 2. Dandy 2. Do I
Now
know?
you're supposed to call me Will. I'm Will.
Right. That's good. That's good staying in character. Open the door.
And then you hear him pounding on the other side. Thief! Thief!
He's saying that?
Yeah, he's starting to yell and make a bunch of noise. Thief! Thief! There's someone in here. There's a thief.
You little bastard.
And the door flings open, and you see that the disguise of Dandy 2 is gone, and before you is standing an adult gnome, much like yourself. He winks at you and jumps out the back window.
Are you kidding me? I'm gonna jump through the back window too. I'm jumping out there. I'm gonna chase this guy down.
Go ahead and roll a acrobatics check.
Sure. I trusted you.
And you're able to make it out of the window safely, and and you hear, like, as you're leaving, the sound of Uncle Gino screaming, and the other dwarves, and they've clearly been somehow apprehended, and you're following this gnome through the streets of Baldur's Gate, and you hear...
Does he know I'm following him?
He kind of looks behind you, but you're watching as, like, chaos erupts in the streets, and there are soon, like, policemen running up to the door, and you hear like people yelling, like they're being robbed, like, this is impossible, blah blah blah. You know, their safety is being questioned, and
It's going awry.
And after a few blocks, go ahead and roll another. Let me see. I'll make you roll another, just a dexterity check to see if you can catch him.
Sure.
And as he's twisting and turning, and you're right on his heels, and then a large, like, cart just gets directly in your way, and as you try to move and follow him on his heels, it seems to disappear in the streets, and yeah,
Jason
and
bored
gone.
Me.
Yeah.
Jason bored me. Yeah, I wasn't quick enough to respond because my mind is blown with... I thought I was teaching him, but he was teaching me, apparently. I go back to the scouting area that we found where I stored all of my stuff. If it's not complete chaos in the streets, I'll take the back alleys to where we were. Get my stuff. Get this stupid pad costume off of me, because I'm certainly a wanted man now of sorts, because I don't... Well, blood is thicker than something else, so maybe Uncle Gino won't rat me out, but I don't know. I contemplate all of this as I'm getting on my armor, getting all my stuff back on. Yeah, and I guess I'll just go back. Mission success. Oh, he did. Interesting. Okay.
So, yeah, I guess we will kind of circle back to where we left off last.
I've got to go get some like ice cream or something because this has been a crazy day.
I'm glad that I got to play that out over in front of everyone. So
It's just a simple in and out. You didn't have to betray me, Dandy, too.
All right, so let's take a second so I can get water. We'll kind of loop back around. I guess in the morning you would see Dandy with a big ice cream cone, just eating it sadly.
Crying into it.
Dandy, where'd you go last night, bud?
I had the roughest night I think that is possible. Just give me a second. I gotta finish this cone.
Take your time. Well, it looks like you need it.
Salty and sweet. Lick my tears and eat ice cream.
So we got a long rest? Is that...
I would say that you guys got along because I can't remember the details well enough to know.
I feel like we must have.
Yeah. Let me get some water and I'll be right back.
I gotta play the rest of the game like this? So upset? That's crazy.
So we're all in my room? Is that where we left off?
That's what I thought. I wanted to do some stuff before we went to bed.
I'm sure we can.
Yeah, you can do. Why don't you? I'll be on mute. Why don't you tell me what you would like to do before your long rest?
And is the rat here?
Yeah, well, the very last thing was we opened the door for the rat, so I'm not sure if we talked to him or what
I don't
happened.
remember talking to the rat at all.
No, he came in, and then that was where we ended the session, so I'm not sure.
Right.
What?
Sorry.
And I also don't know if we're seeing Danny the next morning, like he came in with us, or if he's...
Yeah, I'll come in with you guys. I would figure that's... I mean...
Because it's nighttime now, like... We went around for the day, and then...
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know if this is happening simultaneously, or what happened.
I would imagine I was laying low for the rest of the night, because things got pretty hot.
So
we need to have the conversation with the rat.
And then
we do our
Dandy.
long rest.
And then...
Long rest, then Dandy.
Okay.
And if anybody can remind me, what are we expecting him to talk to us about?
The dagger.
Okay.
Because the dagger that I was given from the bartender. Yes.
And I'm just along for the ride.
And we have to leave soon too, right?
I think it's like
we
in
have
a day and a half or something.
We should leave sooner. Should escalate this time scale.
Hi, Rosie. We'll wait for a second.
I'm listening. I'm just getting food.
I don't believe you. Prove it. I knew he wasn't listening.
Hey! I was trying to get some beeps from the microwave for you. Happy?
Tell us what you're eating.
It is called spiced chicken, bacon, asparagus, and spinach lentils.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
So yeah, just chicken breast with like cayenne and salt, and then asparagus and bacon, and then the lentils have carrot, onion, lentils, tomato, spinach.
That sounds fantastic.
And then some bread to dip.
Jealous.
I know, and it was even made for me.
Oh!
Because somehow I managed to talk her out of me cooking it and her into cooking it.
You rolled a nat 20 on charisma.
I'm currently looking for my notes, so.
What do you call somebody? If you're the mentor, what do you call the people that you mentor? A
Your
mentor?
Mentos.
Your
Mentos.
manatee.
The
Your
freshman year.
student?
But isn't there like
Your
apprentice
mentee.
or something?
Your mentee.
No idea.
Or apprentice.
Apprentice.
Or
That sounds right. I'm like a Sith Lord, and I just got assassinated by my own
Yeah.
my
That's how
own
it works.
apprentice.
Well,
That
that's
Oops.
that's pretty much how it works, anyways. So
Oh, it's a mentee.
Oh, I was right.
Yeah.
Cool.
who Googles to settle arguments? Seriously.
I do.
on.
Every time.
Me all the time.
Every time I had to settle that shit with my girlfriend. Oh my god.
I gotta know.
What did we do
Stupid
before
things like that,
Google
like-
and smartphones?
There was a lot of arguments that never got solved.
Or they ended up going to the library. Nerds.
No one ever
Hey,
did that.
hey.
I'm just kidding. Libraries are cool. Libraries.
Danny's channeling his inner Haley.
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
just angsty tonight because I was betrayed.
Yeah, for real.
I want to do some testing later that
This is all right. We might have to go back to Phandalin, guys.
Why is that?
The only place that likes Sandy.
That was an
why are you
accident.
flight of handing?
That was an accident.
Yeah, likely story. Dandy. Dandy and Halek disguise.
Oh boy.
We're stacked up. It's me and Dandy too, stacked up on top of each other. I've got green face paint on him. Halek.
Rona,
Okay.
Erica, change your Rona picture.
I was diligently taking notes.
All right, let me get my head back in the game. All right.
Where's your head at?
Where's your head at?
All right. So y'all are in
Oh,
y'all are in the room, and this mysterious figure with a gnarled, I believe, a gnarled hand and a seemingly no face by how he's standing with the thing over his hood, the hood over his face, and he quietly enters.
So are we looking at like a Splinter sort of guy, like a man-sized rat, or is just his name as the rat, or what's happening? Who is this person?
You can, you simply
I'm just
get
asking,
the
like, what do I
feeling.
see? Like, is he this big,
He's
or
not
is
Splinter.
he... Okay, but it's a man.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
just
okay.
his like it's his street name.
Oh, okay, it's a guy who walked in the door,
Like-
not a literal rat. Okay,
Right.
but he's got a shadowed face. He could be a rat person.
To be fair, this
That's
is a
what I'm-
fantasy realm. Could be.
Whole thing
Yeah.
I'd hope for, yeah, some sort of rat folk person.
Yes.
But,
those things are.
So
I guess this is my room, so can I help you?
I believe I am here to help you. The instrument. You guys have it in your possession? Is that correct? Sorry,
yes.
Okay, this is Christine asking.
I think Rona has it, or is it in the bag of holding?
I gave it to you, and I think we put it in the bag of holding. We went to see Thalamond at the temple to see if he knew anything about it, and then he sent us this rat guy. But I think one of us has it. It might be in the bag of holding. I'm not sure. I
I
didn't
think
write
it's
that
you
part down.
then.
Yeah, I think you threw it in the bag of holding.
Yeah, because we were waving around in the street and talking about it, and thought it wasn't a good idea to stay out in the street and scream about murdering people with daggers.
That's how
Yeah,
we do things. We just talk about it in the middle of the road.
Yeah, like
and
we
don't
have
worry.
nothing to fear. Yeah, exactly.
You'll soon learn.
We ain't scared until now.
Yeah. He's entered the room, and I believe I've come to help you, Halek.
How do you know my name?
You talk in the middle of the street about stabbing. No.
I have meta knowledge flowing through my veins. What do you mean?
I work for. You don't need to know who I work for, but
Okay, fair enough.
we know. We try to know everyone who passes through Baldur's Gate and everything. And he looks at you, Rona, and then.
She's not a thing.
Thank you, Thorley. But I do mean the object that we are to talk about. I don't think that this was used to kill a mortal. It's a powerful weapon that has some unsightly characteristics and is considered a tool of Baal, a sacrificial tool, if you will.
But you don't think it was used to kill anybody?
Well, maybe not her.
How do you know all this?
We know everything that happens in Baldur's Gate.
This wouldn't have been in Baldur's Gate.
But we know about everything. He kind of looks towards the bag of holding. These are the one Thalamon described as unusual, has unusual qualities, but many are used by worshippers of Baal. And yours in particular is dangerous. I think however it came to be was to get your attention.
Well, they definitely have our attention.
So it happened recently, is what you're saying?
I'm not sure. It seems like it. Obviously, the gift has been waiting for you for a long time. But the Baal lives in the city still.
So you're saying that it wasn't used for a sacrifice, but they are typically used for that?
I just think that, let me clarify, sorry. I don't think that she was sacrificed. But I do think that Blade has seen a few people.
Do you know who the girl in question is? You know of her?
Of course. She was a citizen of Baldur's Gate at one point, before Greenest.
Rona looks at Thoreau questioningly.
Her parents
Did she
still
show
live.
up to school?
Her parents still live within these walls. In fact, they moved here soon after her death.
That checks out.
Sounds about right.
All right, as long as the same person. So, all right.
I wish I could give you all the details that you seek, but I'm on borrowed time. And if you truly want to secure a meeting with the worshippers of Baal that you're requesting, I can do that for you before you leave.
I don't want to secure a meeting
That
with
sounds good.
the followers of Really? I want to make sure my grandfather didn't kill his friend.
Therefore, we need to go talk to them. See what they say.
Well, from what he's saying, that he didn't. But he's saying he might have killed others. From what I think you're saying.
I'd like to insight check this guy's whole vibe right now.
Real.
He's feeling real vibey.
He's
Okay.
a little bit of a sketchball. It's a 12.
He's a sketchball. He's a sketchball. You can't see his face. He's hanging in the shadows. But Thalamon said he would send someone, and seems like what you're talking about is very dark magic. I can't be seen with... I can't be seen with you, any of you. Oh,
Well, I don't think you have to worry about that. We can't see you either.
it's not you I don't trust, you understand.
Are you a member of this cult of Baal?
He shakes his head. Well,
Who are you?
you don't need to know that, but I have connections.
Do I recognize him in any way, shape, or form?
Roll a perception check.
Oh, goody. I think I'm so good at these.
Just think of me as, I don't know, double agent. I keep the leaders informed.
Nope.
You're like, this guy definitely has an ice machine behind him. He's
So,
he looks at Thorilli. Don't do that.
did you know him, my grandfather?
No, I was not alive then. I'm very flattered. No, um, I did not, but I know many of the worshippers of Baal in the area, and he was not one of them.
That's a small comfort.
We'll try to help you as we can, but a lot of the information we'll all have to risk our lives to gather. Anthony, the spider, this picture.
We have to meet a caravan, and we have to leave soon. I'm hoping that maybe this opportunity won't go away while we go on our mission.
This mystery is very old, and the dagger even older, and
Thanks for calling
not
me
everything
very
can.
old. I think you deserve earlier for that.
Just chuckling.
This murder happened a long time ago, and the dagger is much older than that. And your questions will take a long time to answer because they've created new questions within yourself, Rona.
Okay, that is insanely creepy. How do you know who we all are?
We have friends. He Doesn't.
That's not making it any better.
You don't have to trust me, but I promise not to harm any of you.
Inside
We're only
check.
here.
Boom. Do it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
When I hear I'm about to be harmed, shake it, 16.
19.
He's a shadowy figure. And he says next, and you can choose whether or not to believe him. The people I work for simply want to keep Ball from overtaking Baldur's Gate again. That's my only mission.
All right. That was unsettling.
Don't show this to anyone else. And be careful who you trust and who you tell you have this to.
Will do.
Charlie gives a sidelong look at Rona.
What?
Maybe don't talk about it in the middle of the street anymore.
Yeah.
I wasn't the one talking about it. You lot were.
In Baldur's Gate, you can be hanged just for owning something like this.
Technically, we don't own it.
It's in your possession.
Yeah, technically that wasn't our idea either.
Poor
Technicality.
Dandy. That bag belongs to him.
They won't care about technicality. And I'm here to warn you of that. I have to go. But we'll be in touch. And he slips out the door. Unless someone wants to say something before he leaves.
Nope.
Mm-mm. Should we follow him?
No, I think I feel like we'll just be found out.
Yeah.
He kind of resisted what I wanted.
I assumed that beat it, but I wasn't sure.
My DC's 15.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right.
This is why I don't like to go to the city.
I
No
agree.
bonus
Shadowy
is what I
figures.
Did I miss a charm person attempt? I thought I was listening carefully. Did I miss one?
He whispered it to me.
You did try it again?
Oh, Lord.
You gotta learn from your mistakes. What's your wisdom?
Pretty high. I mean, there were
Hi.
a few numbers that could beat it, and I beat him. I got those good rolls.
As high as my strength, with the ogre gauntlets on.
Mhm.
All right.
I think it's bedtime.
Right. I'm heading to my room then.
So what are we doing with the dagger while in the meantime? Let's keep
Bag
it in
of
a safe-
holding.
Bag of holding.
Probably so strong, though.
Does
guy.
Dandy have it? Do you have the bag of holding on you, Dandy, or would you have left it in the room?
Well, I don't think I would need it. I don't think I would have needed it, so I guess I could have left it.
Okay.
It would have. I wasn't planning on stealing anything there, so.
Once I'm out in the hallway, Zeg,
Yeah.
did it hurt you when we shot you when you were a crocodile?
Well, yes, but it doesn't hurt me after I turn back. So, I feel the pain, but it's temporary.
Temporary pain?
Yes. Zach looks very nervous.
Can I try something? If you turn into an animal, if it's only temporary?
Why?
I just want to test something after what happened the other night.
If it gets us out of this city faster, sure.
Probably should be in one of our rooms if you're gonna be in an animal.
Yeah, I know. They hate my kind here.
So we'll go back to one of our rooms.
Some furry activity?
If it doesn't hurt you, I gotta find a beefy. I'll just turn into. I don't know. Does it really matter? Probably. It might actually really matter.
I've seen you turn into an ape. An ape would work.
Okay, cool. I do the monkey. I'm a monkey.
Okay. I'm gonna stand somewhat across the room.
Okay.
My symbol of Timora.
You see me
All right.
like flinching into like a weird defensive
And
pose.
throw a guiding bolt at him.
Oh Jesus!
All right. Roll d20 for me. Just a d20, no modifiers. Thoroughly.
A 3.
All right. You see the guiding bolt fly across the room and hit him, and roll damage on that.
Oh god, I'm sorry.
And as the damage kind of envelopes him, you see that at first it hits like very strong, like it's gonna do a lot of damage, and then he seems not to hit him as hard. He only does about half the damage.
Hmm. I'm gonna try this again. This time my hand's in my pocket.
Okay.
Do I technically have advantage?
You would, yeah, because you hit me for sure. Yeah, you would.
Why would you have
Fucking
advantage?
shit.
Whoa!
Damn.
No.
And you're channeling the not so good god at this point.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so fucked.
Roll damage.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Yeah, and even without that, the little bonus I was gonna give you, it cracks through the air and makes a loud sound, just swallowing Zag in ape form, and and you see a stag, like a black stag, run out of the mist. And as he lays on the ground quivering in human form.
Do I hear this?
Over.
Yeah, everyone hears.
I just run over at 3rd level.
It's cast with advantage because of his guiding bolt on him.
Unless I'm hearing anything, I'd be healing him.
Yeah, you hear a loud crack, and you walk as there really is touching him. What symbol are you using? You can whisper it to me.
I steal 11 health.
What in the name of every god are you two doing in here?
Quit your horsing around.
Oh, fuck.
Zach is dying it, and you're...
We're good. We're good.
That was a mistake.
We're good.
That was a mistake.
How does Zach...
It was a social experiment.
As Thoroughly lays hands on him, you see is like for a moment they're healed, they're healed by 21 points, but then some of the wounds reopen.
I'm still fully healed, even if it is half healing. So.
Okay.
What is going on? Seriously.
Also, why didn't that cure wounds work?
Test. Just testing things.
Oh, it was a prank, bro. No.
Well, in case you're curious, I'm pretty sure he can still die.
He said it was only temporary hurting. He didn't tell me that it hurts him.
I
through
didn't
it.
think it would roll over. I didn't think he was that strong. But he hit me with 2.
He still has wounds on his body?
No, I'm good now. I'm just stretching it out. Like the bruises sort of dissipated, but they came back a little bit. But there's no open wounds.
Yeah, and like Thoroughly
I
can
do.
tell. Thoroughly and Zag might be able to tell, but you guys wouldn't really be able to tell from the naked eye that happened, just because of how much it did heal.
I think we've had enough close run-ins for the day. Why don't you two just cool it and go to sleep? And I'm gonna walk out aggravated.
Yeah, you see me just like lying
So
on the
if
ground.
you only healed 10, and so you're technically still down 7, right?
No, I had 7 temp HP,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
so it worked out just right.
Can I
Actually,
take?
I have another test. I'm sorry, Zeg.
I got one more in me. Just try not to hit me that hard.
I want to slap him for 1 HP.
Okay.
Cool.
Go ahead and roll it.
I'm assuming you know which one I'm using.
Well, it's not a spell, so it's just slapping.
No, but for the healing back. I don't want to blast him. I just want to do it like, does it look like it would have healed the same amount?
You feel like a little bit of extra power, like pump through as you slap him, and he 1 point of damage, and then he feels even better with the after you've hit him.
You okay there, Zach?
I'm okay. That was fucking rough. What did you do?
I did some testing, and I
first
wish
one
I had
sucked.
some.
The second one
I
did
wish
not
I could
suck.
erase memories.
The first one sucked,
Yeah.
and you were here, and you put your hand in your pocket. You gotta be careful with that. That second one hurt a lot. Whatever you got in your
Well,
pocket
that's
there.
good to know. And you're feeling like fully okay after that second time I healed you, right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. A little bit, a little sore, but I'm good.
Good to know.
And then I
And I'll go.
flopped down on
Which
my bed.
room were we in?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go to the other empty room, even if this is mine and Dandy's room.
Yeah, I think you're sharing with Dandy, so
Yeah,
your room.
but if it was in mine and Dandy's room, I just let Zeg flop down on the bed, and I'll go to Zeg's room.
All right. So I guess you're in Zag's room.
And I just go to bed.
All right.
Thanks for a surprise, Dandy Curls.
Yeah.
I want to take a little walk around the area of the inn real quick before I go to bed, and I want to look for like a little mouse or a rat or something.
Oh, okay. Perception check.
Can I do a? Oh yeah, that's right. Wait, wrong person. Yeah. Can I do a survival check?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
I'm hunting. Okay.
I get to say no to you whenever I want.
Oof.
Did you roll? Oh.
Yeah, there it is. 13.
It takes you a while, but you do find a little mouse. A cute little mouse.
Okay, well, hope it's not too cute because I take it back to my hotel room and I feed it to Snake Boncha.
Oh god. Oh, well then yeah, that would have been survival. I thought you were gonna use something else.
I knew where that was
No.
going.
Oh.
He needs to
I
eat.
forgot Bonchan was a snake. I thought you were gonna feed your wolf a mouse.
Well, if you feed a wolf a mouse, you know, he's gonna want.
They eat a
something
lot of mice.
Pretty sure that's a child's book.
Yeah.
else.
Yeah. And I guess Zag is laying on the bed, and
Yep.
Dandy eventually comes in.
Definitely not concerned at all with where Dandy is. Clearly not worrying, because he clearly knows his way around this town and has lots of friends.
I am just gonna get into bed. If he's is he in the bed?
Well, there
Yeah.
are 2 beds in the room.
Yeah, I just
Why have we been
don't
using
say.
the same one then, Dandy?
We push the two together. I assume.
Okay.
It's It's a more comfy arrangement. I will go to my bed and just not say anything. I've had a rough night.
All right. All right, so the night passes without anything happening. You hear the music of the elf song fall in and out as you each pass out. And yeah, but no. And you're awake. No, it's the morning. And you're set to leave the next day. So if you want to finish anything up, you're welcome to. If you're just want to fast forward, we can. Or
Whatever you guys need to do, I'm down for.
Yeah. I might, if we have a couple days, I might return to the scene of the crime and just see how things are like looking. Obviously, they couldn't tell it's me, right? Like,
yeah. I mean, you're disguised as a charlatan. I believe, like, no one can recognize you when you're out of costume. So,
okay. Cool. I'll return to the scene of the crime and just, talk to some passerbys and like, oh, what happened here? What's up with all the guards?
Yeah, in the morning, as you guys breakfast, the whole city is abuzz at the break-in at the what are their names? The Gala and Dornan Porter residence. And if you want to listen in, you're welcome to. Yeah, like one of the richest families in the realm. And you hear them saying, like, security system, blah, blah, blah. Like, what the hell? And they're talking a little bit about scandal and etc.
Okay. All right. This is hot. This is hot. This area is hot. We gotta go. All right. I'm gonna go back to the team.
All right.
This is
really
too
stayed in
crazy.
his room a bit longer this morning.
So wait, did I see Dandy like kind of run away from the crowd talking about the burglary?
Well, just in the tavern, you hear this.
Right.
Yeah.
But did I see him like scoot away?
I probably would look visibly anxious, probably. For sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and ask you, hey Dandy, did you have? I whispered to you, like, did you have something to do with this shit?
Hold on, let me check one thing. We're
You
friends,
can tell
right,
me.
Haley?
Yeah, you
You're a
can tell me
friend.
if you think. Yes.
Yes. I was very, very much a part of that. Things just got so crazy, and I'll explain the whole scenario. Everything, I guess, including.
So unfortunately.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say all of it. Me even pretending to be a child and accusing people of adultery and stuff.
All right. Well, so you don't have any spoils to share then, I guess.
Other than this fantastic story and the grief I'm experiencing, I've taken nothing away. No. Wait, there was one thing that I noted. The person that ran away, they had red hair, and I noticed something on their person. I've seen it before, once in Phandalin. Just a strange marking. I'll need to look into it, but I think they're a part of some type of guild. They were clearly a professional to have tricked me, as I am very astute.
Sure, yeah.
Always very aware.
And do I know that this had something to do with Uncle Gino? I do, right?
He's arrested now. He's in jail right now, as far as I know. He could not.
Well, better him than you. maybe for the sake of all of us, let's try and keep our noses clean going forward. What do you say?
Yes, I would like. Well, yes, of course. I was just trying to help him out, and I intend to help him out some more, but it's just too hot here. We have pressing matters to do. I can't get him out of Boulder Gate's prison, I don't think. Not without some help. Or
Wait, why are you trying to help him? It sounds like he
he
set
got
you up.
arrested. He's my uncle. He took care of me. What do you mean? I have to help him.
Don't you think that he set you up with Dandy too?
What? No, I think I did. I hadn't considered that. I guess it's a possibility, but I
That
thought
was
Dandy
my first
too was
logical conclusion, but maybe not.
did not occur to me. He wouldn't do that to me. No, he wouldn't do that to me.
Well, fair enough.
And besides, he didn't get me. He got himself. So what's the benefit in that? I think
Right.
he would have at least been able to leave, but he's sick and he's old. He doesn't have long. I gotta get him out of there as soon as possible, but I don't think we can do it now. I'll have to come back.
I agree, and let me know if you need any help with that, I guess.
I'll take you up on that offer. This is a blood contract. I hope you know now.
Yeah, I offered.
Okay. All right. Marking it down in a little book. I got my black book. One help out with Uncle Gino. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I give him a hug for being so understanding.
You do hear that as the gossip wears on, you do hear that Uncle Gino has actually been doing a lot of. It's found that the caravan was stolen goods from around Baldur's Gate, and people are talking about how relieved that the Rolling Stones are kind of off the streets now, because they were wreaking. They couldn't tell who was stealing all of this stuff, and they're kind of off the streets, and people seem pretty actually relieved that he's in jail. That's the other thing.
I'm aghast.
And
but it makes kind of sense, I guess. Who's really keeping track of all of their stuff? That's all I'm saying. We used to have principals. We used to only take from those who could afford to lose whatever they had on them. It used to be planned and targeted. It was intelligent, but now, I don't know. After they got rid of Turi, their only true talent, and myself, of course, things must have gone downhill. Well, not much we can do. I will miss one or two of them, other than Uncle Gino, of course. There's only like one or two that I recognize still, a couple of like the dwarves, and they were... I'll try and get them out if they're still alive. We gotta make a note of who's all
nice
in the... They were all nice to me. They took me in. I was a lone child floating in the river, if you would believe their story of how they found me.
I sort of wipe my nose at that. Stifling something, but...
I'll take your silence as mourning for my terrible beginnings. I will... So our goal right now is to meet up with a caravan, right? And infiltrate them under the guise that we're also a part of their caravan.
The guards,
or that we just want to join up. We got the disguises, right?
I believe they think we hired us, but
do we know?
Who knows? That was not the person.
Do we know where we're going with the caravan?
We're going to meet up with the cultists.
I think the cultists
But
want
we're
the caravan.
leaving.
You're using the caravan as a cover for spying on the cultists who are part
Right.
of it.
Right, we have
Yeah.
caravan
But we don't
guards,
know
we are
where
guarding
the caravan
that
is
has
headed.
cultists in it.
I thought we did. We had some idea, right?
Yeah, to Landragosa. I think that's her name.
I think Landagross is a bad person.
Yeah, Landragosa is
Yeah,
the
Linda Grossa is dead.
blue dragon, isn't she?
Yeah, the blue half dragon.
That was the
No,
boss.
that's Cyanrath.
Linda Grossa Cyanrath. Blue half
Oh,
dragon. Bitch is gonna
Oh.
die. Yup, he dead.
I still have her cool.
Finally.
I still have the cool purple jacket they had, right? Yeah, I still have the purple.
Yeah.
All right, what's the
But-
chick's name?
I gotta look it up. I forget. But there is you do hear of a half dragon, female, in disguise traveling with the caravan. So, yeah, you will, and you're basically they're basically trying to, like, get you to do a long con, so be careful and swifty, and don't announce who you are to everyone.
Yes.
Don't betray each other suddenly for no reason.
Rezmir,
Yeah,
Jump
that's
out a
better.
window.
Resmir, sorry, yeah.
black half dragon. Sorry, I got excited. I found it.
I'll
No, it's good.
practice. I love dragons. They're the greatest.
And you don't have to pretend to be cultist. That's the other thing is,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, thank God.
The whole
But we
point was
could,
like,
though, right?
yeah,
do have-
We're just hired help for them.
yeah, you're disguised as a hired help.
Okay.
In the, yeah.
So, okay.
We
So-
definitely have looted like some Tiamat artifacts or like little focuses, right? From
Mm-hmm.
some dragon cultists. We could play it low key. I'll take one. I'm gonna put it around my neck. And kind of like tuck it away so it's not like immediately visible.
All right.
We still have a little time, right?
Yeah, you have a little bit of time before you
Okay.
join the caravan, but it will be taking you out of Baldur's Gate. You'll be on the road soon.
Right. And maybe this is a long shot. I don't know what Baldur's Gate is like, but is there any like sort of headquarters of the Emerald Enclave in Baldur's Gate? I mean, it's the opposite of what they do, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm wondering.
It's pretty like you haven't really heard much from the Enclave, but
Mhm.
you can be pretty sure that they have nothing to do with Baldur's Gate.
Okay. That's kind of what I figured. But I was just I was wondering if they might have anything to help us, but I'm gonna take advantage of these allies and organizations that are sitting on my character sheet. Okay. I look around and I don't find any Emerald Enclave flags or anything.
Yeah. So you're you eventually thoroughly comes in and it looks a little worse for wear. Dandy's looking a little downtrodden.
They're all
We
having
need
breakfast?
an inspiring speech.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. So Rona would come downstairs, and you all look so downtrodden. You should pep up because we are here to save the blah blah blah. And you guys all hear a rousing, inspiring speech about how wonderful you are and how great we're gonna do. So 7 hit points to you all.
Thank you.
Excellent. I appreciate that because that's
Daily affirmations
welcome.
with
You're
Rona.
Yes, the Rona channel.
And so each of you are assigned different wagons on the caravan.
Oh no.
So
Game over.
no. So like this is not. I'll just preface this by there are going to be lots of encounters. However, the way that you travel to avoid suspicion, each we'll say that two of you are working on one wagon, two of you are working on another, and a third is in a different position. Let me I have to grab my book and assign this.
We need fake names, don't we?
You can say that you have fake names, and you can use them if you would like. If that's going to be hard for you to keep track of, you don't have to.
So really, you should be Ilyaroth. That's a strong name.
What?
It's your name backwards.
So it is. I like it, Dandy.
Oh,
How'd
that's
you
a
sleep
good one.
last night? I was kind of missing you. It's a little chilly.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible.
I love that none of you know the secrets of Tan. Of Dandy 2, sorry.
Nope.
No, Halek knows. Halek knows. I told him.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I shouldn't tell
Keeping it.
people. Like, I don't want them thinking I'm a criminal or something.
So, everyone roll a d20. Just a d20, no modifiers.
I don't want to die.
Me either.
I die.
Meg and Halek are on the same one, and Danny and I are on the same one.
You all immediately die.
Oh no.
So, Thoroughly and Dandy, you're hired as a basic guard for 5 gold pieces per 10 day, plus food and living expenses on the road.
It's pretty dope.
Rona, you rolled over 16, so you're hired as a bodyguard for the merchant at 10 gold pieces per 10 day, plus food and living expenses on the road.
Lean over to Dandy. It's because she's a woman.
Let's not get into this.
Zag. It's how the dice roll.
They always get paid more.
Zag
In fantasy world, maybe, yeah.
yeah, in this fantasy world, sure.
Clearly.
Zag and Halek, no one is interested in hiring you. Can
What are you
tag
talking
along.
about? We're two buff, cool nature dudes.
I'm gonna say
Cool natured
I've
dudes.
traveled with them a couple times. They're really good at latrine duty.
Well,
Mm.
you can tag along as a traveler, and sometimes guards quit or die on the road, and you'll have another chance to get employment.
I don't get like
perfect.
if we're making charisma saves to convince people, I'd be enhancing my abilities so much to show them my skills. But,
I am trying to convince them that these two are really good at digging latrines every night for us.
I hold up. I take out the drawing of my family that my kids did,
oh god.
and I hold it up, and I say, "Please, I could really use the money, and I was promised this job. I really need it."
All right. Well, I'll let you
Big old
roll.
doe eyes.
A guilt check?
I'll let you two roll again. But you can use either charisma or persuasion or athletics to try and convince them.
Athletics. That'll be athletics for me, please.
All right. What?
And also, while holding this picture up, I flex my muscles.
Yeah.
So, a natural 20 has no benefit, but I'll let you be hired for 15. We'll say you get 15 gold pieces per 10 day because you did get a natural 20.
If I demonstrate my call lightning or conjure animals, will that impress my good buddies on the caravan to show them how
Persuasion?
dope I am?
Persuasion or athletics?
What? Oh man, both of those things I am shitty at. Why don't they care about my cool magic? Why do they just want buff dudes?
They don't care. They just want buff. They just want dudes who work out. Not.
I rolled a 12. I'm okay.
Okay. So you are hired as a sergeant for
What a great profession.
I salute with both arms.
I'm wondering if being lonely guard to Dandy is better.
8 gold pieces per 10 day.
Cool.
So yeah, so you'll want to make sure you keep track and yeah.
I'm the one with the medical background. I've performed
Yeah, no kidding.
than anyone.
You said sergeant, right? Not surgeon?
Yeah, I said I meant sergeant. I saying sergeant.
I do the double-handed salute. Thanks, boss. And I walk over.
Yeah, so you are so basically the road to head out like basically with Baldur's Gate, most of the merchants find it easier to sell their loads to the off before they even enter Baldur's Gate, and then buy a new load and travel up. So along with wagons, there are guards headed, like, hoping to get hired in, like, Neverwinter and stuff. And you see, like, the caravans are pretty large, and they're pretty, like, it'll take you a few days to spot the people that you're looking for, and finally, what am I looking at? And your next destination will be Waterdeep. So, yeah. Are you guys ready to set out from Baldur's Gate?
Oh yeah.
On the caravan, and I'm like just so happy to be out of the city, or as we're leaving to be out of the city.
It's
not as much fun as I thought it was
other
gonna be.
guards.
I just kind of, as we're leaving, just put my hood up and kind of just make obscure myself, make sure nobody's looking at me as I leave.
And let's see.
I'd help you out, Dandy, but it only works on myself.
Oh, I don't need the hide. Just my face, not my whole body. Don't worry. So, wait. There is somebody in this caravan that we're currently on that we believe there are several Tiamat worshippers.
I thought they all were.
All?
That's what I thought.
Whoa.
Okay, no. Once again, the caravan is made up of all different kinds of people. Cultists just happen to be a few of them. And you see there are about, like, over 20 people on this, including, like, over 25. Yeah, and if you guys want to roll perception checks each day to try and find these Resmer and her bodyguards, you're welcome to.
Yep.
I would definitely go around talking to people, giving them handshakes and stuff, giving them like the Beastmaster handshake.
So is Resmer definitely on this caravan?
Your information says, you know what, thoroughly, with that natural 20, you see her immediately.
She's sniped out.
once you hit the, so even Dandy, like you're looking for signs of dragon, but knowing Thrilly, you're familiar with Baldur's Gate, and as you're not looking at the people, you're looking at their shadows, and as you're in Celebon's yard, trying to find work, you see the shadow of what is clearly a half dragon. Purchase 5 wagons and supplies, and equipping it, so you are certain that she is on this.
Can I go up to her? Because I've already been hired as a guard, correct?
You have been.
You report
Yeah.
to me. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
I'm gonna grab Dandy.
Oh.
Okay.
Because I know he's been hired as a guard as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up to her. Hello, my name is Laura. I've been hired as a guard on the caravan. I was wondering if I could help guard your wagons.
As you approach, the bodyguards kind of step in front of
Hands
you.
are up. Hands are up and out.
We have this wagon covered.
You don't want any extra help? There's only 4 of you. How many are there? Like
There
4
are-
and her?
There are. Let me see. Well, they purchased 5 wagons, so you see that there are about probably guards.
Sorry, how many guards?
10.
10?
About 10. And
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Sorry, not the best at counting here. You guys have it covered.
What makes you think we need to be covered more than the others anyway?
No. I'm very bad at counting.
You just looked a little under fortified over there. We had a couple people over there that were just a little obscure.
And I'm really bad at counting. That's why they hired me as a guard. Probably gonna actually shortchange my pay, and I won't even notice.
So though you have approached who you assume is Resmer, it's a small half-elven woman, and her hood is up, and she looks at you for a long, uncomfortable moment. Roll a deception check.
Oh no. I'm sorry, guys.
Smooth.
That's damn good
That's
for
pretty
me.
good. Yeah.
She doesn't say anything. She just looks at one of the guards, and he pushes a glaive in your face, kind of pushing you back. She's very sick. Leave her alone.
Very well.
I make note of her disguise, that guy, and anybody else that I thought was like moving to like defend her. Trying to see if I can pick out who her bodyguards are and who are just guards.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear like who their wagons are all together, but they're not more armored or less armored than the other guards, and they're not like they don't run to her attention. They seem to be very much under her supervision.
Okay. All right.
Hey, Sergeant.
Talking to me, son.
Yeah, can I be on a wagon away from those 5? I think I pissed them off already, and I don't really want to fight them.
Whatever you need, kid. Go on right ahead.
Thank you.
I'll instruct one of the other lesser guards to swap with Thrilly.
And you see them roll their eyes and get in the way, get into the area. And so Rona, you have we'll just describe who your merchant is. You're hired with another guard to Samardag, the male human merchant. He's He hauls crates of expensive, fragile porcelain in a bouncing, jarring wagon along the tradeway. And he must be an optimist. In his world, the sky is always blue, the weather is always fine, and the outlook for tomorrow is always bright. Odds are he would be a wealthy man if he hung on his money, but he is a soft touch for every urchin and a hard luck story that crosses his path. So he's like giving out money to urchins, and I would say that Rona is probably relieved to meet this guy.
Yeah.
Friendly. And let's see. So you have Halek, Ed Hellery Lewell. And her wagon is loaded with exotic wood from the jungle of Cholt for the master carpenters and cabinet makers of Waterdeep. It's turned into exquisite furniture. She is impatient with people, but exacting about her wagon and doting on her animals.
Oh, that's great. That's perfect. So I want to address her in like a very sort of militaristic way. Like I want to introduce myself. My name is Banchan. I'm here to help guard your caravan. Anything you need from me, please let me know. Otherwise, I will shut right up.
Banchan, what an exotic name. It's good to meet you, and just keep my wood on the wagon, and thank you for not speaking.
I recognize the quality of the wood and appreciate its worth and
That's
value,
enough.
and we'll protect it fully.
Okay, that's enough.
Okay, copy that.
Sierra Labocha.
She looks at you like really. It's like silence is golden.
Does she then
I
give
agree.
him
I've always thought that silence is also golden.
She looks at the sergeant.
That me? They're all my troops now?
No.
Whack you on the back of my head with my military fan that I have.
And Dandy and Thorilli and Zag, you're kind of like just assigned to different wagons each day. You're not like specifically guarding anyone.
Well, I gotta report back to my sergeant, so at some point I will go to Zag and tell him that the person that we were talking to earlier, I'm not sure if they really told us all, but that is in fact the what half dragon? Is she a half dragon or is she a dragonborn?
I believe all the generals are half dragons because
Okay.
they're way stronger than dragonborn.
I'll give him a
Yeah.
really good description of what she looks like and who she is and stuff. So just so he's on board, everybody knows. I'll spread that around too, because I'd like to think I'd be the one who's like running in between, doing the patrolling, I guess, going under the wheels and stuff. Small little guy. So I would tell Rona and everybody else.
Yeah.
Out of character, are we supposed to be trying to get information or just disrupt their plans?
Or blow
by
everyone up.
offing her?
We need
You
to.
are on a long reconnaissance mission, which would mean that you are supposed to be watching them and not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just trying to remember what we were supposed to do.
Can I just make a quick but stealthy perception check?
Yeah.
I just want to look at. I want to examine. You said her name was Eldori Lewell?
Yeah. Ed.
Okay.
Ed Hellery.
Edelry Lewell. Okay, yeah. I just want to look. I want to like perception check her like garments and her and the cart itself, and I want to see if I see any sort of signs of cultism. I sort of don't think that she is involved necessarily, but you never know, so I just want to check.
Okay, roll a perception check.
21.
All right. So you don't see any signs of. She looks like just a typical, female moon elf. She does have a large symbol of. She has like not a large symbol around her neck, but like she has small. She has like small tokens to Gond, the god Gond, who's kind of famous for what was it like merchant or not merchants, but God, I can't talk tonight. Makers and that sort of thing. So she seems pretty. Other than her impatient manner, she seems very just like meticulous and like a businesswoman.
Okay. I have Clerics of Gond written in my notes, but I have nothing aside from that.
Yeah. That you saw some in Gates, so she's
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
All right. Does anyone want to do anything else?
No, I think I would have introduced myself to the guy and asked if I could call him Sam because his name was too hard to pronounce.
He says, call me whatever you want. Tell me your story. You look like you've seen some things. I love a good story.
And she tells him about being a farm girl and how she's just trying to make it in the big bad city.
He laughs and he gives you a gold piece and says to help you with your big city dreams.
Thank you.
Careful for the porcelain. It breaks very easily. It's I ran into the two cutest little orphans the other day. Oh, they just tug my heart. Did you hear about those orphans that went to that big mansion? Oh,
No, they were orphans?
I hope that they're okay. I just can't see kids suffer.
Oh, no, me either. I don't blame you. It's nice to finally work for somebody that has a good heart. It doesn't seem like there are many of them here.
Oh, keep your chin up, Rona. There are so many good people in the world. And if someone's not nice to you at first, maybe they're just having a bad day. That's what I think.
You know what? You're probably right. Speaking of which, we've faced some pretty horrible people. I think that there was one that was taking all these, and she goes on and tells them about like their various adventures.
And he's like fascinated in every tale, and he's like just eating it up. And as you're telling him, he'll like every once in a while make a mark like, but if you're a nice person, maybe you'll change their day, and maybe they'll come to worship Pelor too. And he's just this overwhelmingly positive guy, though slightly clumsy and with a really expensive product that he's traveling very uncarefully with.
I think we're going to be really good friends, and I'm really happy I'm working for you.
He smiles. I'm glad that you're here too. Love a good storyteller with a bright attitude. So many of these people, they come and they're grouchy and they're like, oh, I might be killed, but look at you, you're ready to take on whatever comes for you. And then I couldn't ask for a better bodyguard. Thank you so much.
She kind of claps him on the back. Oh, you're welcome.
And he he goes on to tell you people that he's met as he travels. And we'll say that as you guys head out, the first day, you guys are feeling, well, maybe not thoroughly, but the rest of you, and probably not Dandy either, are feeling pretty optimistic. It's you do notice the road is about 750 miles.
Jeez.
Yep, it's gonna take you. I'm just gonna read this off because it's nice and long. You cover about 15 miles a day, and you have to take 1 day of rest. So, it's gonna take you quite some time.
A day, so at least 100 days.
15 miles a day.
But you said you
15
have to
miles.
Rest, so 7.5
Yeah.
miles a day.
Wait, 1 day travel, 1 day rest?
No.
100 days.
Sorry. Not 1 day travel, 1 day rest. 1 day off every 6 days. So
50 days. So we're talking 8 1/3 off days. So it's going to be 58 days.
yeah, so it's going to be about. You get the feeling it's going to be a long haul.
Almost 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Week is 10.
We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. All right, so that's where we will close for tonight. And I feel like you guys are ready for this change of pace.
Go on the road again.
Casting Dispel Magic, since I'm assuming she's using Disguise Self.
Oh, God.
You have no idea.
That's what I'd assume, and
That would have been a
That's what I'm
It would've been
assuming.
All out brawl.
I know.
Whew.
We would have died.
Yeah.
I was somewhat doing the math there. I'm like,
I was like ready for you to have to. I was like, well, he's gonna die. I was like, well, there goes this campaign.
As soon as I knew that Thrilly was the one person who saw her, he's like, I'm gonna go talk to her.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
No!
I just wanted a job on her wagon.
Super stealth. Hey, can I have a job on your wagon for no particular reason?
The reason Zach doesn't talk is because he can't talk. So he knows he was gonna fuck everything over if he opens his fat
It really
mouth.
doesn't.
Yeah, we're not stealthy, this group, for the most part.
Well, deceptive. I don't really talk to people. So.
It's why I'm going to emphasize over and over that it is a long retcon. Not retcon. It's a long con.
This is Ocean's 655 days.
Yeah, it's not something that you guys can run really quickly out of and never.
500 hours later.
Oh
All
yeah,
right, guys, here's the plan. We're going to get all the information in 3 days, and then we're going to roll out.
We're going to roll out. It's going to be super quick. Everybody get their game face
I'll
on.
conjure some eagles. It'll be great.
If I name drop Landagrosa, I wonder if I can get in.
You know what I'll do? I'll give you the purple robe I took from them, and here you go, drape you in it, and they'll be like, "Wait a second, is that? Hang on."
it'll be like coming to a Mason's church with like full garb, and be like, "Oh, here I am," and everyone's like,
Who's
no.
that? What?
Or we can just yell out loud hey, we're here to stop the dragon cultists, and then we'll get in a fight with them, and then we'll tie one of them up and ask them questions.
Yeah, there you go. That'll work.
You don't do that.
I'm sure that will work well for us. I'm sure.
Or
that will work
how
well.
about this? Wayne, you can charm person.
You're giving him.
I'd like to point
permission.
out that was not charm person that I tried to do to the rat.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, great.
You guys
We're just kidding.
are ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm just teasing. All right. And I'll figure out the XP. I'm too tired tonight.
Yeah, are we still level 5 for sure?
For sure. It is a long time. 6, but you should be closer to 6 now.
I sure hope so.
Yeah. I have to do it. I've been slacking on it, so. Yeah. So, does anyone have any questions? Are you worried about anything?
I'm worried that
How many,
I want to fight something.
how many encounters do we have? Yeah,
I'm worried.
Tails left you thirsty, right? Tails like, ooh, fighting 6 things today?
I know.
Ugh.
I know. I have been like, oh
I
wait,
ruined them apparently.
no.
I trained them to be here early, but I also ruined their expectations.
No, I mean, I was thinking I need fights anyway. It's something I've been thinking about, so don't worry.
Okay. Getting that itch.
Yeah, don't worry. All right.
Yeah, fucking sweet.
Okay.
I love it.
Thanks,
I love it.
Christine. That was
Thanks,
lovely.
Christine.
Dandy, that
Lovely
was a dope
day back.
intro, Dandy, by the way. I'm not gonna say I called it, but in my head I called it. So
I didn't call it at all. I thought that was
My-
gonna go over perfectly fine. Nothing was
My
gonna
biggest
happen.
question is Dandy's 2's actual name even
Angela.
oh,
Angelo?
God, no way.
He's
You-
such a complex actor. He's playing 2 layers. He's a kid
You
who's
have-
also pretending to be a.
Actorception.
He's great.
That
You have
is
no idea.
such a master.
And the funny thing is, when I rolled
Oh, you might
beginning,
cut out.
when you
You're
were like,
cutting out.
oh,
Yeah,
can you hear me?
You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I rolled his performance when you were teaching him, I actually rolled really low, so it looked like he was really getting it, but he
Oh,
was really
just
just
showing
not
how
acting well.
talented he actually is. Dang
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, he was just showing that he was actually like a.
I thought his stab was of mannish strength. He just stabbed me.
Oh my god.
What's
Yeah.
crazy is that I've run into a gnome that's smaller than me.
He
That's
was
what's really crazy.
when he stood up. He was the same size as you. He was just like acting the whole time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jeez. I'm dumb.
No, he's just good.
That's
Yeah.
I'll save face and just say he's
And
great.
you guys were checking Uncle Gino, and I was like, oh, wow. Oh, they're really not going to check this kid. Which, of course, you're not. But, like, I was like, oh, they're in for a surprise.
Uncle Gino
I
was the
figured-
red herring that
Right,
FYI,
exactly,
in Tails, they are paranoid.
You made us
Everything.
paranoid.
Well, every D&D player is paranoid. It's innate.
Yeah, because
You guys were
That's always trying to
the
kill us.
Poor helpless woman that was being trapped by a wizard having.
she was being creepy, okay?
She
Yeah,
like
And
touched
she
my
was-
arm. Like, we just met, lady. Relax.
super harassy, and it was
she-
not good.
She was saying some stuff that didn't quite match up.
It didn't
Wizard-
jibe.
We didn't hear anything about a wizard. That's-
And there was no wizard.
Yeah, to be fair,
No.
when we heard the wizard, we're like, ah, the true bad guy. Yes.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe this dwarf king is like a wizard or something, or he
Yeah.
became a wizard or something.
All right. Well, I have to go to bed because I'm still recovering. So, good night, everyone, and I will see. We'll see you guys next.
Yeah, we'll see you next
Good
Tuesday.
Night, guys.
We'll see Erica this weekend.
Yes, you
I
will.
may or may not be there. I'm gonna try and get back before Sunday night. What time are you guys here until?
We're here until Monday. We're gonna be in Rhode Island till Monday, so
Ooh,
we could do like late night something.
Okay.
Not late nights, but
All right. I'll see what I can finagle up. I'll be in Western Mass, so I don't know when I'll be getting home.
Ooh.
So we'll see how that goes.
yeah.
I'll be in touch.
Oh wait, Erica, have you been to Sierra, that restaurant?
Sienna.
Sienna. Yeah, I love Sienna.
Do you want to go eat there with us?
Which one? The one in Providence?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go to Sienna in Providence. I actually go to the one in Smithfield all the time, so this will be a new experience, a new old experience.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll change our reservation for 3 people on Sunday.
Ooh, all right.
Okay. All right, everyone. We will talk to y'all later, and unless you guys are all in Providence, see you soon.
Thanks, everybody. Talk to you.
Have a good
The
night.
flight's in 4 weeks, apparently.
That's awesome.
Yay!
Yay!
See you guys.
See
See you
ya.
guys.
Night, guys.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.